Hi everyone, Subject 36 here. I'm doing a scoring challenge today. One of my friends sent over a picture for me, something he took out in the woods, and I thought I'd score it. This is how the picture looks. And, well, the idea to make something out of this came along with the piano thing that I was thinking about. Now, I'm a huge fan of Hans Zimmer, so once I've done this, I realized it sounded a little bit like one of his tracks for the Interstellar movie soundtrack, but it's not that, but it does have some similarities. But I just played out from my mind here. Something. Let's play you a couple of notes from this. So I made this melody quite quickly. Let's take a look. Here is the whole passage. Something like this. So it starts off here. It's an A and a D. Yeah, and then it goes a little bit further on here. Goes up to an F here. Or G and an F. Then we're looping, okay? Yeah. The title of the track is Slow Rise of the Island Forest, and I also thought that would be the idea of how I build a track. And it starts out with a couple of waves. I understood that it's good to build in small references here in songs. So, well, the string section here in the beginning, those are waves for the cliffs, you know. So it's a little bit barren, you know. The water coming, more water, waves and wind. Lots of wind, whoa! Which we're building something. We are building something still. The forest is rising, and then you get for this cello solo here. So we got a seed here somewhere. Trying to work, but it's harsh, you know. Just a couple of rocks in the sea, basically, that we're working on. But then we get. All right. So the seed has started to actually grow. Hooray! We got a tree. More trees coming. You know. That was the idea. And then we're building up for, then the weather comes back, you know, we're reminded of the barren place, but now we have a little bit more, trees to work with. And then the forest. It's a pretty straightforward track. There are a lot of techniques you can do working with orchestral instruments, and I haven't used them all. I do use, of course, a lot of, if we look at this, here we have modulation. So I use quite a lot of modulation when working with strings, but to get the articulation somewhat more emotional. But other than that, I haven't used very many techniques for this. Not that many mixing techniques. The strings I use come from, let's see here, these are the ones I use the most. It's the string ensemble from the symphony series from Native Instruments. They come pretty already mixed out of the box, so you don't have to do very much with them. That's at least what I think. Then I used the built-in strings in Logic for the solo part of the cello here. And that I haven't done very much with either. I just sent it off to a reverb, basically, to get the right ambience of it. I have a synth pad, which is a very simple sound coming from Diva that I threw a little bit equalizing on, and then I used the Fat FX from Logic to work with. And what I did here was to use one of the presets, the chorus movement, and then I fiddled around with it, and I also played with the mix knob here because it was a little bit too much for me. I took it down quite a notch, and then I even automated a little bit throughout the song. Let's go through. The oboe is, I think that's a standard. A standard, yes it is. This is a standard Logic 1. So if you call for an oboe in Logic, this is the sound that you'll get. I just tweaked the equalization of it. Alright. I split the piano up in two. It's the same piano, basically. I just took two different mic positions. I'm using the Grand Rhapsody from Waves that I have, and I used two different miking setups just to get a little bit more of the highs in this one, in this particular setup here. This is the ambient background. This one, the piano high, should be ambient in the background, a little bit more smooth and but still up there in the high registers. And I also put an extra reverb on here. This is the replica set to fucking stun mode. I think we have, here we go. Yeah, it's the wormhole preset that like goes, that preset just goes on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever again. Roll off the highs, everything above 500, as I usually do on reverbs. And thereby I have a nice ambience on that one. But basically I could do this in one piano roll, and it's even playable with two hands, so you don't need two players to do if you want to perform this live. That's how I made it initially. But since I'm not that a great piano player still, I needed to cross my hands, because this is like, since this is a rhythm tone, I have to do the high-pitched sound like this, bam, and then go with this one for the melodies. Alright, so that's basically it for this session. I didn't do any mastering. Instead I went straight, let's see here, there we go. I went straight for my kind of mastering output here and just put my multimeter right on the output together with the limiter and the frontier that I use mostly to push up the gain. So let's listen to the track, and if you like it, please subscribe, and I'll see you later.